Yeah. Yeah. Communication. I am a professional. My name is Jamie Camp. I am from Camp Massive, the infamous growth hacking firm out of Los Angeles. And this is an episode of Brain Hacks from a Growth Hacker. Today we're going to be talking about communication and sales. Well, at least the basics of them. So what are the basics of communication and sales? Because as a growth hacker or as a business person, you want to be able to convince other people or to communicate to your audience or your clients that you have the most awesomest product in the world with a W. The brain works in a couple different ways. Actually, it works in one way. Think of your brain as sort of like a club, okay? Everyone's brain is like this. Everyone's brain is sort of like a nightclub. Now you have a big burly bouncer outside, and like I said, he's big, he's burly, and he's basic. Then you have the inside staff, which has, bartenders and customer service people. And then you have sort of like the upper management, which has, crunching numbers, doing all the hard logistical type stuff. As human beings, what we want to do is we want everything that we say or communicate to someone that comes from our logic, the crunching numbers and stuff like that, to go to their upper management, their logic and crunching numbers. The problem is that most people assume that it just happens automatically, that it would just go transfer from one to the other, and it doesn't really happen. Actually, what happens is that everything, and I do mean everything has to go through the bouncer first. It doesn't matter who you are or who you're talking to, everything must go through the bouncer. If I were to ask you, who do you think is running the show most of the time, what would you say? Upper management, the bouncer, maybe the waiting staff? Well, if you said upper management, kinda not right. Actually, the person who does most of the decision making most of the day is the big, burly, basic guy out front. And everyone kind of just goes in line. So how do you get through the bouncer if you have something to sell, or not something to sell, but just to communicate to your friends, your spouses, or your clients? Well, that's what this series is based on. We're going to be talking about some of the things that you can do as normal human beings, not trying to sell anything, or business people like myself, serious business folks. Yeah. Anyway, make sure to subscribe or do whatever it is that you do. And stay tuned for more tips on how to get through the bouncer and or other tips on how to growth hack.